I'm Shannon, president of American Mining Rights Association. I got my good buddy, mining partner, and our field manager, John, next to us here. And we'll tell you about where we're going in just a sec. You know, we're not going to give you a big, long dissertation about what's going on. We think you guys kind of know that our government's out of control. We urge you to join us. You know, check us out on AmericanMiningRights.com and Facebook under American Mining Rights. And join us. You know, we offer access to killer gold claims for a tax-deductible donation. The money goes to the Miners Legal Fund, and by golly, I'll tell you, we could sure use the money. We're representing quite a few groups and people right now. And anyway, so check us out on AmericanMiningRights.com. But what we're doing here is we're pretty excited. We got our camping gear in here. The bikes are in the back. We're just coming up on Sonora, heading north. And where we're going today is up on the Cosumnes, which is just south of Sacramento. We've got a claim up there that we've been eyeing for a couple of years. A real close buddy of ours dredged it in 1999 or thereabouts. And anyway, there was a big flood that came through there in the 1860s, and it washed this stamp mill down into the river. At least that was the legend. Well, our buddy went in there and dredged it with a 4-inch. He got down about 12 feet in the water and actually started finding stamps. On the bedrock on this claim that we want to pick up, they'd actually cut squares into the bedrock, and that was where they were pouring their silver ore and their gold ore into bars. And as a part of that, when that flood came through, the legend was that it washed all this ore down there. Well, our buddy found a silver bar, and it was about that big. It weighed several pounds, so the legend is true. We know where it's at, and it's claimable, and so we are going there and going to pick that up this morning. So we're pretty excited about that. After that, we got to run up to Oroville, and we're meeting with the USFS. We're representing a gentleman that they're trying to take his claim away. It's ridiculous what they try to do. They've been in there actually digging on his placer claim illegally, and we've called them out on it, and we're going to do a cease and desist order and threaten an injunction unless they stop. So that's the kind of stuff we do, guys, is even if you're not an AMRA member, which this gentleman is not, we'll represent these people at no charge, you know, if we can, and we'll go and fight the fight for them. So that's the advantage that you have with AMRA. So anyway, it should be a pretty good day. We've got about 2 hours to go just before we get up to the Cosumnes, and then we'll hop on the bikes, kick down into the canyon, and we'll go show you this new claim. So anyway, we'll pick you guys up a little later. So this whole area here is a place called Henry's Diggings, and back in the 1860s it was a giant bench placer, and we're way up above, probably 1,500 feet above the Cosumnes right now. And anyway, all of this area was part of that old tertiary channel, and it was a placer claim. Well, it was an area about 4 square miles of placer deposits. And I don't know how they ran their material, because there obviously isn't any water up here, but it's kind of cool that, you know, you got this huge placer bench deposit, like what we've been telling you guys to think outside the creek. This is a prime example. We're going to go up here probably another mile, and we're hoping that we find that that road right there. It is. So, well, we're here.
I guess that big city life just ain't the life for me. Let me tell you about where I come from. Now we got small towns and farmland, folks who still make a living with their hands. Where I come from, a man is still a man.
So we came down the top of the mountain. We actually came down a lot of different trails and then hit roads and more trails, and we dropped down and we're on Dogtown Creek, and actually John's going to pan over there in just a second. But we know where we're at finally, because we've got our Garmin But we're going to try to get through here and then get over and see if we can actually hit the Cosumnes. The problem is, guys, this is a pretty difficult claim to get to. You're going to need a four-wheel drive, probably a quad, but there's a good campground here. Of course, like all campgrounds up in this area, they're full of trash, which we'd clean up. But looks really good, and there's tons of areas to work here, so we like it. We're going to have to check it out. So John will show you the creek, and I'll see if I can't get on this.
Swimming in them truly canals, getting sunburned and just hanging out, cruising through town on the way back home just to see if there was anyone around. And we'd go fishing all night long, bullfrog singing from dusk till dawn. Sometimes we just lay back and watch the stars with the radio on. That's still the place that I call home. 'Cause we got small towns and farmland, folks who still make a living.
Well, guys, we're down here in the bottom of Dogtown, and we hiked way downstream from where the trail ended. I dumped my bike up there, flooded it, so we had to wait anyway. But we're running out of time, and we got to get back up to Oroville. But this is amazing. I mean, it really looks good. There is some evidence of dredging in here. We found actually an old dredge. It looks like it was made out of old military wood shipping parts. Anyway, kind of weird. We took pictures of it. But like right here down in this spot, we found an extension cord, and we found an old generator just upstream. But John's right down below me here, and he found what's the remnants of a punch plate, so from a dredge. But got to admit, guys, this looks amazing. Unfortunately, we just ran out of time, so we're not going to get a chance to prospect this. But we're going to go ahead and put up a marker, and we'll file this. I think you guys are going to like this, but access is a little bit difficult. Hell of a claim, though. Well, guys, we just got done with our meeting with the Forest Service. 2 archaeological people, 1 minerals person, and the district ranger, as well as our person that we're representing. And I got to admit, guys, I'm stunned. We have the United States Forest Service telling a federal mining claim owner that he is trespassing on his own validly held claim for 42 years, and that he doesn't have riparian rights, that's water rights, over the claim. And I'm absolutely shocked. You know, we told him that they didn't have the right to go in and dig on his claim without his permission, and they said that they actually have the surface rights over our person. So the reason we're telling you this, guys, is we want you to understand this is why you need to join us, because this is what we all face. And it's literally stunning. So check us out on AmericanMiningRights.com. And we won't bring this up anymore on this trip, but we're up here in the mountains now, probably about, what, half hour out of Oroville, John?
We're close.
And up, getting close to the Feather River. We're heading up to our buddy's cabin tonight. We're going to stay there tomorrow night and go down and hit a couple of these new claims. And we're going to actually be able to prospect these over the next 2 days. So we think that you'll really enjoy that. We know that there's really good gold in there. So anyway, we'll either pick you up at the fire tonight, or we'll pick you up in the morning when we're heading down into one of the new claims over by the Feather. So we'll see you then.
I was born and raised in California, spent a little time in Hollywood. Folks down there ain't like you and me. They never seem to have enough.
Gee, you think this is a rugged road? Broke the tie down. So we're going to have to do a little modification. Poor old girl went down. See, this is the kind of stuff we do for you guys. Trying to get you a good claim.
I never got what the big deal was anyway. That's not where I call home. I need a little room to roam. I guess that big city life just ain't the life.
You know, we get asked all the time what we pack when we go, and John and I hike, and sometimes we'll go for extended hikes of miles and miles, and what kind of things we carry. And we're going to go through the prospecting tools in just a second here, but I want to show you some other things that we carry. I've got my Garmin. Very seldom do I ever go out without it. You can pinpoint if you find a really good spot and all of a sudden it's got great gold, boom, I can tag that. We can go back, pull it up on the computer, and know exactly where it is. I carry a snake bite kit. If John gets bit in the leg, there's no way I'm going to suck the poison out of his leg. That's not going to happen. He can use that. Typically, I'll carry a plastic bottle. This is a glass vial. I recommend you put the glass vial in a plastic bottle. That way, if you drop it, you don't break a glass vial. This is my, don't tell my wife, but I actually dumped her expensive little shampoo out of this. This is full of Dawn dishwashing detergent, and this is what we use when we get into poison oak. Thankfully, this isn't poison oak, but if we did, the Dawn dishwashing detergent breaks up that urushiol oil and it washes it off your skin. So if you get in contact with that, just go down, cold water, keeps the pores closed, dump that in there and it'll wash your poison oak away. A couple of other things we carry. I carry a spoon, basically to dig stuff out of cracks. Always have that. You never know what you're going to encounter, whether it's bears or, you know, drug cartels or whatnot. Let's get into some mining tools. I just carry an old brush. I took a screwdriver I got at Harbor Freight. I bought for, I don't know, $1. Bent it, and it's a really good crevice tool. I've got a bigger tool that I get from Proline Mining. That way when we really need to rip stuff out of there. I like this little pick because it's strong, it's got a plastic handle, and it's also got a little scoop, so it makes it a little bit easier to transfer some material. We've got our little bar, which this is just a 2-footer, but I'll tell you what, John's busted this rock up just with this little guy. We'd love to have a 6-footer, but as he mentioned, we've been riding dirt bikes today, and we probably already put in 20 miles, so it's just, you can't carry a 6-foot bar. Obviously a pan. This is just my backpack pan. It's a little guy. And this is something that we always carry. And we actually brought about 20 of these. They're sandbags, guys. And if you find a pretty good area that's got a lot of gold, what you can do is classify this stuff down. You can classify it. Throw your material in here. You can haul it back to camp, to your house, wherever you want, and run it there. But and you can pick these up for free. I think Home Depot or somebody gives them away for free. But we've got a couple of hundred of these bags, and we use them all the time. So those are the tools we use. We're ready to pan, so let's go show you what we get.
Well, as you can see, we've got quite a bit of the rock busted out here, and we're just getting the rocks busted. We're cleaning off all the material, making sure we got it all here. We got into some really nice looking soil in between the rocks here on the bottom. Look at this stuff. I can just feel it. Can you hear it, Shannon? Come and get me. Come and get me. I think there was a picker right there. But the first panful we pulled out of here, there was a really big flake. Damn near we could have picked it out with our fingers. But it was really nice. So we're looking pretty hopeful. And when we're getting to the bottom of these cracks, I think we're going to find some really good stuff.
Well, we'll give it a shot.
I was born and raised in California, spent a little time in Hollywood. Folks down there ain't like you and me. They never seem to have enough time, too busy wears on to the next big thing. And up in that city by the bay.
Well guys, that's not too bad for just basically one pan. I mean, there's a decent sized little piece in there. So it looks good. I think we're going to go ahead and push upstream, see if we can't find maybe a bigger crack. But, well guys, I don't know how far we've came up the river, but we've came up a ways. We know we're past the very last claim in here by a long shot, and we've been GPSing as we come. That bench, or that little gravel bar that we just shot where John was talking, is right back behind us, about 120 yards maybe. But you can see behind me here, the river takes a turn to the right, and you've got a bowl here. This whole big bowl was hydraulic. So as they were shooting that monitor up here and all this stuff was washing down, we got all this exposed bedrock and cracks galore down here. So I think we're gonna make this our spot as far as we're gonna come up today. We're gonna go ahead and have some lunch, maybe sit in the shade, get something cool to drink, and then we'll crack some of these bedrock cracks out here and we'll see. And I've got a name in my mind for this claim, and it actually stems from somebody that went on our Facebook page. We sent out a challenge to give us a name. You guys come up with a name, and we'll name a claim after whatever you come up with. We're going to send the winner of that 2 free t-shirts. That contest will probably be over by the time you see this video, but we'll have another one. But I'm thinking, I'm not even going to tell you the name. We'll save that. Well, we weren't filming this, but we just had lunch up on the hillside, probably a good 40 feet up out of the creek, and here was this bedrock and just a normal crack. And I thought, just for giggles, you know, I'd clean that out. And it clear up on the top, guys. There's probably 5 or 6 pieces of gold. And then look at this. That's what I'm talking about.
I say let's go back and get some more.
Good.
Yeah, I still say old Shannon got a lucky rabbit's foot inside his pocket, man. So I went to that same hole he was digging in, that same crevice. I went just below him, and I really didn't have any crevicing tools on me. I scraped it with my hand and a little stick, and if I'll be darned if I didn't get a little chunk, a little picker right there. So Shannon ain't funning with us. He's a big joker, man, but when it comes to gold, Shannon is very serious.
Okay guys, well, we're pretty much done for prospecting this claim. We are going to pick this up for you. We think it's a good one, and we're pretty excited about it. We're gonna go back up actually, and John's got the bar up there. We're gonna see if we can't take that hole down a little bit deeper since there's such good gold in it. But we hope you enjoyed this. We've had a heck of a good time up here prospecting these new claims for you. So anyway, remember, check us out on AmericanMiningRights.com and under American Mining Rights on Facebook. And if you guys are sick of the government telling you can't do this, join us. We'll fight for you. So I'm Shannon. I'm the president of AMRA.
I'm John. I'm the field manager of AMRA.
We're happy to be with you, and we're working hard for you. So we got a new video we're shooting tomorrow over on the Feather. You're really gonna like that. So we'll see you next time. Nice job.